All right, and here's a look at what's going on across the region. I mentioned there's not a whole lot to talk about. There's some good news there. Makes our jobs a whole lot easier, and you can see quiet mostly across the region. The reason I said mostly is because that little 10% chance for showers that we mentioned in the forecast throughout the day, well, there it is. It's right now located over Crawford County, just to the northwest of Alma, west of Mountainburg. Just a brief little heavy downpour at times, but nothing significant, nothing severe. It's just going to be a little bit of a moderate to heavy downpour. It should be short-lived, but that 10% chance for maybe some additional pop-ups will remain throughout the remainder of today. Current temperatures across the region currently in the 90s across the area, so you can see it's warm out there. Now, the good news is the actual humidity today, it's a little bit less than it was over the last couple of days. It's still there, but it's leading to less dramatic temperatures across the area. Here's a look at those current temps in some other areas. But the feels like temperatures, not as bad in some areas compared to the last several days. It's still warm up there, but we're talking mid-90s into the upper 90s for northwest Arkansas and a couple of triple digits here and there, but not necessarily widespread like what we've been seeing. So the remainder of the day, we're going to be in the 90s, so it's going to be a beautiful remainder of the afternoon and evening. Tonight it's going to be clear and nice out there. We're talking clear skies. Those rain chances will diminish once we head into tonight as well. We're going to start off early tomorrow morning into the lower to mid 70s across the area, so nice and warm if you got any sort of plans tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon is going to be similar to today. We're going to have those highs very similarly, lower to mid 90s across the area with, again, the chance of rain. The only problem is the rain chances are going to be a little bit higher compared to the last couple of days, and that's because, well, maybe we see a couple different areas for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. So for the next several days, those feels like temperatures, we're going to be consistently between about 99 or 95 to around 100, maybe 102 at times. So it's not going to be that oppressive heat where we're into the heat advisory and excessive heat category. So there's some good news there. That rain I mentioned for this evening, we have some of this activity that continues into this evening. Notice it's really not widespread. It doesn't last long either. Overnight tonight we should be clear, but once we get into tomorrow, notice we get a couple little scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area. Again, it's not going to be widespread, so not everyone's going to see it, but it's going to be a little bit greater in coverage tomorrow, so that's why we're keeping that around 20 to 30% depending on where you're watching from. So heads up, there could be some of those scattered showers across the area, so you just want to be mindful of that in case you have any sort of outdoor plans. Here's a look at that allergy forecast real quick, and you can see mold and grass pollen are still in the high category, unfortunately. Wish we could get rid of the allergens, but that is something that we're going to have here stick around for what feels like forever, unfortunately. And you can see we've got just a little bit of a consistent forecast. It feels repetitive because we're going to be in the lower 90s and then sunshine, and then those low chances for some rain. And then we've got a little bit better chances of rain tomorrow. And then, of course, the Rodeo of the Ozark Parade. We're going to be there on Wednesday in Springdale, so it looks to be a beautiful forecast for then. But like we said, repetitive forecast, it's going to be hot and humid, and that's going to be the headline that we're talking about for a while. So thankfully, that is the headline, and not flooding, not blowing dust, not 60-mile-an-hour winds, not severe weather, just maybe a shower with that heat and humidity.
This is what summer is supposed to feel like. We've been saying for a few weeks, we just want to get these showers out of the way. So you're saying there's like a 10% chance maybe in the River Valley. That's the biggest weather news of the day. We'll take that as a win.
And it's one of those great chances for rain where it's very, very isolated. So those of us that see it are very few compared to the more widespread, issues that we've been seeing.
Awesome. So. We'll take it. All right. Thanks, Joshua. Well, a new champion.